Different experience going into this film, partly because we had money, and I was confident that the money was going to be there for the next day's shooting. Where the trouble is with Lock, Stock is I was very anxious about whether we turn up for the next day and people would be paid for the next day. So on this one I didn't have to worry about that, which allowed me to have fun. It's not as a funny film, this one, as the last one, but at one point it very nearly slipped into a farce, and I made two different films, and I could have cut two different films. One could have been a full blast comedy, and the other one is a bit more is a bit darker. This film starts quite funny, and then it takes a bit of a dark turn at some point. Well, I thought it did, so some people just think it's really funny, but it's not supposed to. I fancy him as, you know, I wanted to be taken as a serious filmmaker on this one. I failed. The thread that runs through the film that pulls everything together is it follows the trajectory of a diamond, which is, because what it's about a load of subcultures, you know, diamond dealers, Irish gypsies, bare knuckle boxers, and a sort of underground gambling world. And the thing that brings them all together is this diamond, which is an 84 carat stone, which is travelling from Antwerp to New York and gets lost in London. What I was going for and what I ended up with was different. I mean, I wanted something that was authentic in the respect that, you know, I've always got miffed that, you know, when you get hit by a fist, the reality of it is you usually go down after two good wallops or one good wallop, and in films traditionally people have taken 50 wallops and then their nose starts to run with blood. So I didn't want to go that, so I wanted to reflect the reality of these things, but unfortunately then it leads to a rather boring punch-up. So there's a balance somewhere in between the two. Hopefully I mean, it's, you know, it's as much about, without trying to sound too pretentious and poncy, it's as much of a ballet as we could have constructed. I'll tell you what, the crack was with all the lads, famous or not famous, is that there was no difference between any of them. They were all as much of a crack and as easy to get along with as the next man. And there was no airs or graces that anyone brought to the party. And you know, they were all working for not a lot of money, and they were all staying in pretty shabby accommodation. And all that considered, they were all a fucking good laugh from beginning to end. They're all a pleasure.